Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the eccentric rotor oil pump. Located in front of you we have an eccentric rotor oil pump which is attached to the bottom of a Jaguar engine. This is the front of the oil pump, the back of the oil pump, the left hand side and the right hand side of the oil pump. On the front of the oil pump then we have the oil inlet. The object of the oil inlet is to allow oil into the eccentric rotor pump itself. On the inlet we have an oil seal. This particular oil seal prevents oil from escaping the pump and prevents dirt and debris from getting into the pump. Around the outside of the pump we have the pump body. The object of the pump body is to house and protect all the inner working components. Inside, around the outside, we have the outer rotor. The object of the outer rotor is to work with conjunction with the inner rotor to cause a vacuum to draw in oil, and this will become more apparent in a bit. On the inside we have the inner rotor. The object of the inner rotor again is to work with the outer rotor to cause a vacuum. On the inner rotor then we have the lobes. These lobes work in conjunction with the troughs on the outer rotor. The inner rotor is driven by a drive shaft which runs through the pump, out and onto the crankshaft. The object of the eccentric rotor oil pump is to draw oil from the sump at low pressure and pump it onto the next component. Thank you for listening to the eccentric rotor oil pump. Moving on to the action then. With the engine running and the crankshaft turning, that motion will then be passed to the drive shaft on the inner rotor. With the drive shaft turning, this will then turn the inner rotor. As the inner rotor turns, it meshes with the outer rotor troughs. As the lobes and troughs come together, a vacuum is created in the space between the lobes and troughs. As the vacuum is created, oil is then drawn into the pump and squashed between the lobes and troughs. This is where it is pressurized to a lower pressure. The oil is then passed on to the outlet and the next component. Thank you for listening to the action of the eccentric rotor oil pump.